Tapes from New Jersey, it's the SNL Nerds, a show where two comics from New Jersey nerd out about Saturday Night Live. I'm your co-host, Darren Patterson.
And I'm your co-host, John Trumbull.
John Trumbull, how are you, good sir? How are you, good sir?
Well, doing all right, I guess.
Living the life, chasing the dream?
Sure, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Just, I thought you were trying to get away from that catchphrase.
I'm bringing it back. It's retro now.
So okay.
Say it. Yeah.
Right. Well, that was a fun week.
Yeah, right? It's like bell-bottom jeans and butterfly collars. It's cool to wear now.
Yeah.
That's what I tell myself.
So, I know you had a semi-decent week. You were telling me before we started recording you were sick for a few days this week.
Yeah.
But you also texted me in the middle of the week. This is a bit of an update from last week. You told me you watched your first episode of Columbo.
Yes, I did. Ooh, Columbo recap. Let's get into it.
Yeah, you picked out Stitch in Crime, which is the episode where Leonard Nimoy, who plays a malevolent surgeon, and he's killing his partner and his mentor.
Yes.
And I remember Anne Francis from Forbidden Planet and Honey West is in it too. And you
Right.
really liked it.
I did. It's I think he plays Dr. Mayfield, and he's like this, go-getting doctor who's trying to get to the next level, but this one doctor is kind of staying in his way, saying, "Oh, the tests aren't ready. It's not ready yet."
Mm-hmm.
And then Leonard Nimoy's like, "Oh, you're in my way, goddamn you!" And so he operates on a doctor who has to have like a heart valve put in, and then he does something to ensure the man's demise. But of course, one of the nurses catches it. And of course, when that happens, you got to kill the nurse.
Yeah,
and that's where
there's more murdering in that episode than most Columbo episodes. Most Columbo episodes, it's just the one murder. This is one where he does another murder to cover up the first murder.
My man Nimoy, he's got bodies on him.
Yeah, he does. He's like romancing the nurse's roommate. Nimoy's like very suave in that episode. It's kind of fun to see like lady killer Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you think of Leonard Nimoy as Spock, the cold, calculating, second mate on the Star Trek, but here he's like he's wearing turtleneck sweaters and fancy blazers.
Yeah, it's groovy 70s Nimoy. Yeah, it's fun to see. Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, look at him, sashaying up here.
He's got like the bushy sideburns, I think.
Yeah, he's ready to hit up the Regal Beagle.
Yes. Yes.
Dance to some Three Dog Night or something. Like he's ready to rock. He's ready to rock the night away.
It honestly made my day. This Thursday, you texted me and you said, just watch the Columbo with Leonard Nimoy, and yeah, that shit was flames, dog.
It was good. I really liked it. I also thought there was that one scene where he drugged somebody.
Oh yeah,
who could I implicate him or in the murder, and then they show that how I guess the camera work. They basically show how a person is on drugs. It's just like the camera has like a bunch of like colorful filters over it.
Yeah,
and then the guy is
like stumbles down some stairs and
it's like, oh whoa, I'm tripping.
Nimoy goes on like a killing spree in that episode, man.
He really does.
He kills so many people.
He's a straight up sociopath. He's
a serial killer. I don't know. I'm not sure how many it takes for you to become like a serial killer, but he racks up like 3 murders in that episode.
I think 3 and above, you're a serial killer, right?
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I would assume.
Yeah, and it's also fun because like Columbo actually loses his temper with him at the end.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like he like kind of flips out. That's the thing I love about Columbo, because he's like he's like this frumpy looking short dude, and like he's very unassuming, and people, he talks with that old New York accent.
Yeah, and people underestimate him.
Yeah, but I think that's his like greatest asset, because people don't think that he's this sharp, quick-witted dude when he totally is. So they have his guard down around him, and that's when you hit him.
And he's just so endearing. Yeah, you just love him more and more as the show goes on. So
absolutely. So yes, thumbs up to Columbo. Hopefully that show. I think that show has like a lot of life in it. I think it's
I think it's going places.
Hope enough people watch it and tell their friends about it, because I really think it's underground, underrated classic.
Columbo streaming on Peacock right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
Speaking of Peacock, that's what I watched uh, last night's episode of SNL on. Haha, segue.
you mean last night's episode of SNL starring Jenna Ortega and the 1975, the season 48, episode 15 that aired on March 11th, 2023? That episode of SNL?
No, something else.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I guess we could talk about this one too.
All right. Well, I mean, it is the most recent episode of SNL and all. So,
Got it. Okay.
and this is checks notes an SNL podcast. So, yeah, why don't we talk about that?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, Jenna Ortega, who's really blowing up right now.
Mhm.
From the show Wednesday on Netflix.
Yep.
She's also in the new Scream movie that just came out this weekend.
Right.
She
Yeah,
was
Scream Six, which I'm hearing from people is good. People seem to be liking it.
Yeah,
I think it had the biggest opening of any Scream movie.
yeah. Like from what I'm reading online and what my friends are saying, the reviews are positive. They're like thumbs
Hmm.
up. It's weird. Like I know what usually with horror movies when they make another sequel that's been around for a while, it's usually the
Yeah.
quality dips, and it's like when they had like Jason Goes to Manhattan, and you figure it'd be like that. But from what I'm hearing about this movie, it's solid. A lot of people
I
loving it.
haven't seen a Scream movie in a while. I know I did see the last one, and I'm at a loss if I saw the fourth one or not. I think I did.
I'm sure I might have seen the first one, and that's it. It's not just because I don't like Scream movies, just because I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. Like horror movies in general, kind of weird me out. Like I haven't seen, I don't think I've seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets or
Uh huh.
uh,
Yeah, I've never been
Friday.
a big horror guy or not a slasher movie guy, but I
Yeah,
did like the Scream movies. Yeah, I did have to see the fourth one because the um, Emma Roberts and Hayden Panettiere were in the fourth one, right?
I believe so. Don't quote
Because
me on
I
that.
don't think they were famous yet when they made the third one. So
I don't think so. Was this after? I know Hayden Panettiere was in the Heroes. Was that after Heroes or before it?
yeah, because there was a gap. They like
Yeah.
they finished off the Scream movies with number three, and then I think they brought them back a number of years later,
Okay.
and we're in that cycle now. So
Okay. All right.
I'm
But
not going to look up the years they released the Scream movies. Though
okay.
that's more effort than I want to go to.
Yeah,
But
let's not exert any more effort than we need to for this podcast, Joe.
that's my basic philosophy of life,
That's all.
really.
That's all. It's got me this far.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's in the Scream movie. She's been in the movie X that came out a few years ago. It's like she's
Yeah, which that's another horror thing. I know it's like some sort of horror thing where in the movie they're shooting a porn movie.
yeah, basically that's it. And
That's about all I know.
yeah, and there has been rumors I've seen online that she's going to be in the next Beetlejuice sequel that they've been talking about forever that they're going to make, but
Right.
apparently she's being circled to play Lydia's daughter. So we'll see if that happens, see if that comes to fruition.
Well, that makes me feel ancient.
Yes, as it should.
And so, so naturally, since she's a star on the rise, she's hosting SNL, and she came on and she did the hosting. She was in the sketches and the funny make 'em ups.
Yeah.
They had a musical guest, the 1975,
Hmm.
and we're going to talk about it. We're going to say what we thought.
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Okay, we started out with Oscars red carpet cold open because the Oscars are this Sunday. As you folks are listening to this, the Oscars will have already occurred. For
Mhm.
us, they're still in our future.
That's right. Oh,
We don't know what's going to happen. We could make some Oscar predictions right now, and we could either look really really smart or really really dumb. Do you want to do any Oscar picks? Do you have any Oscar picks?
nah. It's hard to guess with these things how they'll go. Like I'd love to think that they always go to like the best movie, the movie that's without a doubt like the best made. But I don't know. I'm a little bit jaded when it comes to awards because I know there's all these
Yeah,
politics and backdoor deals going on, and it's like sometimes it doesn't go to the best person, but to the person maybe I don't know. I really couldn't say who's gonna get. I
I haven't seen too many of the nominated movies this year. I haven't made it out to the movies too much.
um
I am kind of rooting for Jamie Lee Curtis, who's
ooh,
nominated for Best Supporting Actor, just because, or Best Supporting Actress, I guess I should say. Just because she's so cool. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I she's just so herself, and she's just like beyond caring about any of the BS involved with Hollywood and celebrity, and I just find that very engaging.
yeah. And I believe this is like the first time she's ever been nominated, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, and so that's cool. I
Yeah,
mean, a
yeah.
great capper to a great career. I mean,
Uh,
she's just always cool, and I'm kind of rooting for uh uh Kui Kwan too.
oh yeah, Kiwi Kwan. Yes,
Yeah,
everything. Yeah,
from from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and because like he's one of those people who like stepped away from the business for a
yeah.
while because like as he was a child actor, and then he grew up and there weren't really any parts for him. And then he got back into the business, and he gets an Oscar nomination.
It's
I mean, that's an amazing story, and he also just seems so grateful, and he's so enjoying the ride.
yeah.
And
That's pretty crazy when you hear a story like how he was a kid, and like you said, of course he was in Goonies, he was in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and
Mhm.
he was Encino Man, who's with Brendan Fraser.
Was he? I didn't know that. I've never
He,
seen Encino Man.
yeah, he was was it Encino? He was in a movie with Brendan Fraser, I believe it was Encino Man.
Well, haven't we all? Yeah,
Yes. And it's like one of those things where he just sort of realized, oh, the industry doesn't want me, so maybe I'll just take a step back. And then he
yeah.
started doing like behind the scenes stuff. Like one thing I didn't even realize until I saw it in like a few interviews. He became a stunt coordinator on films. And one of the films he was a stunt coordinator on, and like around 2000, he got a call saying, "Hey, we're doing this movie. It has Hugh Jackman in it. He's playing like Wolverine. It's called X-Men. Do you want to be a stunt coordinator on it?" And he was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." He was a stunt coordinator on the first X-Men movie.
That's very cool. That's so cool. And I believe he did his own stunt work or most of it in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, as far as like the Oscar
yeah.
nominated films, I did see Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's an amazing film.
Hmm.
Totally blew my mind. Deserved all the awards. I saw Banshees of Inisherin, which I liked. I thought it was
Cool.
okay. Top Gun Maverick was pretty cool. That might be it. I think those are the main three
All
ones
right.
I
Well,
saw.
hey, that's more than I've made it to. So
Right.
but I'm still gonna watch because I just like to. It's fun to watch the award shows, and you
Yeah.
never know, somebody might get slapped.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Maybe it'll be somebody who deserves it this year.
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyway, so we've got
Yeah. Watch your face, Jared Logan.
yeah.
Jared Leto. Yeah, Logan. Jesus.
Do you want to take that again?
Nah, leave it.
Okay. All right. I gave him a chance. So we got Heidi and Marcelo hosting. Marcelo's playing Mario Lopez. Heidi's playing, she's like, I'm one of these two people. They haven't told me yet. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, that's cool. Kit Hoover or Maria Menounos.
Okay. I've heard of Marina Menounos. No idea who the other person is. I assume she's an entertainment reporter of some kind.
Yeah.
And they talk about how because of the slap last year, Oscars have hired a new head of security, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and we got Keenan as Mike Tyson. First time he's.
Keenan doing the most half-assed Mike Tyson impression ever.
It's pretty weak.
How the hell do you fuck up a Mike Tyson impression?
Is this where the
Yes, this is rant number one.
Okay,
This is
here we
rant
go.
number
All
one. I
right,
tweeted last night. We're 15 minutes into the show. I have thoughts. This is the first thing that set me off.
I saw that tweet you put out and I got nervous. I was like, oh no,
Is
oh
Keenan
no.
Thompson's weak ass Mike Tyson? I swear, I mean, Keenan, he doesn't even seem to be trying anymore for most of the time. Whenever he's called upon to do an impression, he just phones it in, and it seems like he's been phoning it in for at least the last 5 years.
Um, I can't disagree with you there.
He
Or
just does himself, and I'm so fed up with it.
yeah, like I mean, everybody knows the Mike Tyson impression. It's basically what Keenan Ivory Wayans did back on In Living Color. It's like, hey, what's
Yeah,
going on, yeah? What's going on, yeah, fella? It's an extra glorious.
you do the high squeaky voice, you put in a few malaprops, and boom, you're doing a Mike Tyson. But no, he doesn't do that like at all. If Look, the real test is if you showed this to me cold, would I have been able to tell it was Mike Tyson? And no, I would have had no idea.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah, not the best. So
Yeah,
that was bad.
yeah. So he talks about how he's the head of security. he could say, there are a few things that might set him off, like clapping and statues of gold people. He calls Mario Lopez Mario Luigi, and we're
Yeah.
done.
And we're done. And next we have Chloe Fineman come in as Jamie Lee Curtis, and that was fun because like Jamie Lee Curtis, she's been everywhere the last few months. She was in a viral video where she was talking about how she didn't go to like an awards dinner because it was past her bedtime.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You didn't see? She was talking about like this. They had one of the nominee dinners, and it was set for like 6:30 or 7 at night, and she was like, "Well, yeah, I didn't go to that because it would have been like at least 8:30 or 9 when we would have been served, and that's past my bedtime. Mama needs her sleep."
Oh.
And then she went on a little rant about why big musicians like Coldplay or Bruce Springsteen don't have matinee shows.
Oh, okay.
She is an early to bed, early riser type. So
You know what? The old me would have said, "Oh, that's an old person thing," but now that I'm old, I'm like, yeah, that makes perfect
I
sense.
think it is undeniably an old person thing. Yes.
But it's
But I
still,
can see the appeal.
it's still,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm a night owl myself, but I see the appeal.
yeah. It's like you have your nice little early bird special. You go see, of the Four Tops or wherever you want to see at 1 in the afternoon, and you go to bed. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
So,
I love it.
yeah, and so I enjoyed Chloe's Jamie Lee Curtis, and I liked her like power walking away. I thought that was cute.
Yes, very cute, very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then they go into another segment where they talk about the DraftKings betting odds segment of their show, where they talk about
yeah.
people who are like betting on the show.
Yeah. Cut away with Des Mukes and Devon.
Yeah, that was interesting to see.
Yeah.
They talk about things about like the odds are 3 to 1 that a young actor will bring out an old actor in a wheelchair and regret it immediately. 10 to 1 odds that someone in the in memoriam is still alive. And then they talk about surprise appearances that may or may not happen, such as Chris Rock, Jared from Subway, George Santos pretending to be Tom Cruise, Harvey Weinstein introducing Kanye, talking about
They
the
had an
Dodgers
Army
thing.
Hammer joke in there too. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. They had an army. Yeah, I thought this part was so, I guess.
It was all right. It was fun to see Dismukes and Devon together.
Yeah.
I say give them weekend update next.
Ooh, now you're cooking.
Yeah, they had a nice, cool chemistry together.
Mhm.
Then they brought in Mikey Day as Colin Farrell and Molly as Brendan Gleeson, which was fun to see.
Right, and
I
it's
mean, anytime we're slathering fake facial hair on Molly, that's kind of fun.
yeah, always a blast. And of course, the both of them are just talking in Irish gibberish, just hoish,
Yeah,
hoish, 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 hoish.
yeah, very thick brogues those gents,
Very thick, yes.
and they're bringing out even more Irish in each other. I think.
Yeah,
So,
hoi.
and then they bring out Sarah as Michelle Williams' Jewish acting coach for the Fablemans.
Yeah, I guess it's
I think Michelle Williams is getting a little blowback because she was playing a Jewish woman in the Fablemans.
I have heard that, yeah, because Michelle Williams doesn't really look the part of a Jewish person, and
She's very goyim. Yeah.
oh, Lahayim.
Yeah. 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 Somebody was like, only Steven Spielberg could look at Michelle Williams and think that she would pass as a Jewish woman. But, look, the dude's casting his mother. Let him cast who he wants to as his
Yeah,
mother.
let him have this. Come on, it's magic. It's movie magic. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's more important that you get a good actor than you match every ethnic ethnic thing on the box, you
Yeah,
know?
I hear you. Yeah, and then they talked about Jewish representation in other movies, such as Avatar. Then they showed a picture of one of the blue dudes with like the payas, I believe it's
Yeah.
called.
I don't
Uh,
know if that really worked.
uh,
They kind of got lost in the Avatar dreadlock things.
yeah, I don't know. I thought this part maybe could have been cut out. I think the cold open was a little long for me, but I don't know. We'll get to it.
And then we had Bowen Yang come on as George Santos pretending that he's Tom Cruise, which was one of the things I predict in the odds maker segment.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make a comment about that. Like because like you said, like that was one of the things that they were saying in the odds makers, but they don't really mention that in the sketch where George Santos did come out pretending to be Tom Cruise. Somebody won at DraftKings,
Um,
but I don't
I
know.
don't think they needed to comment on it. I think it's enough that they did it. I think if they commented on it, it would have been like, as Seth Meyers would say, "You're putting a hat on a hat."
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Mm. Uh,
I think it's funner to not comment on it and let the audience pick up on it.
okay, all right.
It's not bugging me. Apparently, it bugged you.
It did. This is
Okay,
my 5 minute rant about that.
all right.
Um, yeah, no, that was it. I'm done.
That was a quick 5 minute rant. I'm
Yes,
just saying.
yeah, you know, yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah, this was okay. I mean, it's nice to see a non-political cold open.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was all right. Maybe a little too long. Maybe they could have cut out a little bit more. I will admit, they also talked about Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and they cut to
Oh
Michael
yeah, they had that at the tail end. Yes.
Michael Longfellow in this amazing costume, just creeping at everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but yeah, like I thought the cold open was okay. Maybe a little too long, but it wasn't the worst.
All right. Moving on. Jenna Ortega's monologue. She came out. She was wearing sort of like half tuxedo jacket, half not really a dress. I don't know. I don't know how to describe that outfit.
Yeah, she kind of looked like Zatanna from the DC comics.
Zatanna. Yeah.
Zatanna, sorry.
Yeah. Zatanya, I think, is a type of pasta.
Ooh, I love it. Num num num.
Um,
When you hear your family.
yeah. She came out. She did. She showed a Colgate commercial that she did at age 9, and I think I finally reached my threshold with this bit, with the humble beginnings bit in SNL monologues.
You hate cute kids, John? What are you talking? What?
I mean, generally yes,
Oh God.
but no, I'm just kind of sick of like the, oh, look at where I came from back in the day. Look at this thing that I did back when I was a kid or a struggling actor or blah blah blah.
Is this
They've
right?
just done a little too much for me now,
Is this
and
is this rant number 2?
this is rant number 2. Yeah, so it's become another crutch for the show. I think.
I could see where you, but I don't think they've done it that much. That like I think this might be the first time they probably did it in a while, actually. Because I
I
mean,
don't know. If I think I like I said, I reached my threshold. If you asked me before this episode, have they done that too much? I'd be like, no, no, that's cool. It's kind of refreshing. And then when they did it tonight, I was just like,
uh,
not again.
yeah. I mean, I guess I see what you mean. Like they definitely did it to play on our sensibilities. Like, oh, she was just used to be a little kitty, so cute. And then
Yeah,
they kind of did the thing where they flipped the Colgate commercial to make it look like a creepy horror movie that she would be in now.
right, right. Yeah, because she's done a lot of more disturbing type things.
Yeah, and then they then they cut to uh, one of her co-hosts or co-stars from Wednesdays in the audience, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen playing Uncle Fester on Wednesday, and he's like, "Oh, wow, this is what it's like on SNL." And she says, "Fred, you were on the show for 11 seasons." Um,
Yeah,
And then she compliments Fred Armisen by saying her favorite sketch of all time is the fucking Californians.
and this is
Yeah,
here we go. All right, here this,
we're at rant number 3. Your favorite SNL sketch of all time is the fucking Californians. Okay, look, I know you're only 20, but come on, pick literally any other SNL sketch.
yeah. As soon as you said
It's
that,
your favorite. It's your favorite.
as soon as she said that, I was like, John's gonna have words.
I have words. It's no, that is one of the worst things that has ever been on SNL. It is one of the worst things that has ever existed.
Like ever, like you're
Yeah, there's like War of Crimes, and then there's the Californians.
it's like the Black Plague,
Right,
uh, Hitler, and
right,
the Californians.
and the Californians. That is the ranking. Yeah,
Huh. Um. I can't see I can't fault that. I don't see
yeah.
where's the lie.
Am I wrong?
Nope. I guess I know that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, I do like.
so that pissed me off, and that did not bode well. I was like, okay, we're in the hands of somebody whose favorite sketch is the Californians. I do not feel good. That was not designed to make me feel happy.
Oh dear. I mean, I do like how, like when Fred goes into the split explaining where they got the idea from the California. She just cuts him off, and it's like, yeah, no, it's fine. You can sit down now.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, overall, the monologue I thought was okay. She definitely maybe seemed a little nervous, but that's to be
Yeah,
expected.
I picked up a little on that. It wasn't too much. I mean, it was,
Yeah,
she wasn't unnervingly nervous, I suppose.
yeah, she wasn't like shaking her knees and profusely sweating.
Yeah, I think I saw a little quiver in her arm or something, but yeah,
Okay,
but, yeah, that's fine.
okay, yeah. So yeah, overall, not a bad monologue. That was
I
okay.
thought the monologue was just very eh. I just,
Yeah,
a lot of things I've done before. Oh, here's the old thing I did, and oh, here's a cameo by my celebrity friend who used to be a cast member. Just like a lot of stuff I've seen before.
yeah.
Those have both become big crutches, and
No,
I'd like to see them move away from them.
no, I hear you. I hear you. It's yeah, yeah, absolutely. So hopefully, maybe they'll move away from them later on in the year. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
so far, so good.
All right.
All right.
Do we have any writing credits so far, Darren? You looked up the writing credits.
I did. I don't see any. Like usually they're up here on the Reddit page, but they're blank right now. So
Okay. All right. So
so
these just spontaneously came into being.
yes, the Big Bang
Uh,
Theory.
Next, first sketch, School versus School, which
Mhm.
is, quiz show, game show sketch.
Yeah. So it's like a quiz show, like you said. Two rival schools battling each out.
Teachers and students together.
Yeah, almost like a Family Feud type thing. We
Yeah.
see one of the school is the West Grove High School from New Jersey. I looked that up. That is not a real high school in New Jersey. They just made that up. TV, So
I feel so betrayed.
I know
I
it's
feel
a,
so betrayed. And
uh,
then, but like Keenan comes out and does this weird thing that has nothing to do with anything.
yeah. What was that?
Well, he was involved with a lawsuit for like somebody was doing a COVID test, but instead of putting like swabbing the person's mouth, they were swabbing his anus for 5 months, and I'm just like, what? What?
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the rest of the sketch.
Nope.
They kind of do a callback for it at the end, and I'd hate to think that that was just to give them a callback at the end, but I don't know. You don't have to give every person a fucking backstory.
Yeah. Sometimes people are just people, man.
He can just be a game show host. It's fine.
Yeah. It's that. I mean, I'll get
It's fine.
into it.
If Keenan's getting bored, he should leave the show.
Jesus
don't,
Christ!
don't let him. Don't give him a fucking backstory for every fucking character.
Wow, you are on fire tonight, my friend.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then okay, so we got West Grove High on one side, and it's Punky and as the teacher, and then two of her students, and then the school they're going against is Professor Xander's Academy for Extraordinary Children.
Yeah, it's clearly a X-Men knockoff.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm looking at this, and I mean, Mikey's clearly Professor X. Jenna Ortega is clearly Rogue, but she's telekinetic. And Molly is like no X-Men that I know of. She was called, I think, Knockout, and she's got like this huge muscly arm.
Yeah, it was. I guess she was trying to be like maybe Colossus or I don't know. She was trying to be like
That's a reach.
I don't know. So
I don't. I mean, it was just weird to have like the two characters be so on the nose, and then the third character is like nothing, like no X-Men. And I'm just like, well, why don't you just do the X-Men? Why?
I
I,
don't. Maybe
that made no sense to me.
I don't know. Maybe
What's the point of doing fake X-Men? I didn't get that.
yeah. I mean, I would think maybe they could have just said that they were the X-Men. I don't know why they had to create a fit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I mean,
Because I mean, X-Men's owned by
if you're
Disney.
doing parody, the
Yeah,
general rule is like once is fine. If you're doing like a continued thing, then it's infringement. Like, I mean, they had the real Black Panther on Black Jeopardy,
yeah,
so they could do the real X-Men, no problem.
yeah. I mean, it's all Disney, right?
So
So
yeah, I didn't. So I that really confused me. I was like, why are we doing these off-brand dollar store X-Men? It was just really weird. And then why are two characters really close, and then the third character is like not connected at all. It just weirded me out.
Yeah, I mean, I I thought the premise was interesting. I think there was something there because it is kind of cool to see. You get all the X-Men tropes of it, like where Jenna
Yeah,
Ortega's character was fighting with Charles Xavier. Mikey Day's character is like, if my gifts are so special, then why won't you let me use them? You're not ready, child. Uh, I mean,
yeah.
I
It
mean,
just it didn't work for me at all.
yeah,
I found like the premise could be good. I could see how you could get a decent sketch out of that, but this wasn't it. This was I thought it was really unfunny. It was a lot of overacting. Everyone just shouting at each other,
yeah,
and I don't find people shouting at each other inherently funny in and of itself. So
yeah. Like it was definitely they were trying to make it work. I like the premise, but I don't think they like. I don't know. I think maybe the writers just didn't push it in the way they needed to, or maybe just
no,
go
yeah.
totally as far with it as they needed to. Maybe that's why they threw in that whole COVID swab thing for Keenan to say at the beginning and the end of the
But
sketch.
that wasn't funny.
Yeah, that wasn't funny either. I'm not saying it wasn't funny. I'm just saying it was there.
Yeah, it was just the only thing I found funny in the sketch was like Punky after she got electrocuted.
Yeah, like they did something to her and she was just like stuck and her
And
nose
then
was
she's
bleeding.
just frozen for the rest of the sketch. And I thought Punky was very funny with that. But I mean
Yeah.
that's it.
I think it needed maybe more of that, or it needed more of something. The premise is,
It needed anything. I
yeah,
mean,
like it just there were parts where they were kind of the energy was off. Like I don't know, it just needed more time to gestate and work,
it
or
it
escalation or something.
it just didn't work for me at all. And I do not get why this was first.
Yeah, that was
Why was this up at the top of the show? This should have been buried, if at all. I mean,
wow,
if not axed,
goddamn.
buried in the last half of the show.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's X-Men and kids like X-Men. It's for the kids or something. But it's a good premise. I'll say that. But
A decent premise, yeah, I'll give them that.
it needed
They
more.
squandered it, but
Yeah, it definitely needed more. So, mm.
yeah,
so
um,
not great start.
not a great start. I'm not feeling good about this show at this point.
But we got to
Thankfully, we got a pre-tape from
yeah,
Please Don't
yeah,
Destroy. This is called Road Trip.
yeah. It's like the
It,
third pre-tape in a row they've gotten.
apparently, yeah, this is the first time we've seen three Please Don't Destroy sketches in 3 weeks in a row. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean maybe they figure we got to get these out before April 1st, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we might
Mm.
have a strike coming up. They announced a host and musical guest for April 1st, but there might be a strike, so we don't know for sure if there's going to be a show. That's a little up in the air.
Oh, pins and needles. We're all on pins and
Yeah,
needles here.
yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what's going on?
Who can tell? So yeah, Jenna Ortega is with the PDD boys in the office. She's burnt out from doing all the press junket touring, and she's burnt out. PDD boys are going to go out on a little bit of a road trip and just drive out on the open road, and then Jenna joins them. They go out, they sing a nice little song, going on a road trip. Yeah,
Very catchy song. I like the song.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It was,
that was cool.
yeah, yeah, and of course, talk about you know, going out on the road. Ben has the snacks. Martin's doing navigation, seeing billboards about with Jesus on them about how they're going to hell. And then, of course, as the road trip goes on, they start to wear on each other's nerves, and it's
Yeah, they miss an exit.
yeah,
Jenna slurping from her Slurpee too much.
yeah, and they
Other stuff happens.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're basically
this is a tough thing to describe because it gets very surreal very quickly, or very odd very quickly.
yeah.
I liked when they hit a drifter at the end. That was fun.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Uh,
Yeah, it was funny.
I thought the green screen effects out the car windows weren't very good.
Uh,
They looked very fakey.
I didn't even notice that.
Okay,
I have to go
well, it
back and
bugged
look at it.
me.
All right, but yeah, I mean, I did like the part where John and Martin are getting into an argument about Martin's navigating, and then Martin's, I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of texts. My dad had a stroke. I'm sorry. I'm not focused on the navigating.
Yeah.
And then they wait a beat, and they're like, I don't know why I said that. My dad didn't have a stroke. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was cute. This was the first, really really funny thing of the night. So starting to turn around a bit.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're starting to turn the ship around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We're doing it. All right. Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah. PDD always works for me. They don't. They
Yeah.
rarely miss. Like they're always.
And like I said, the song was really catchy. They actually harmonized well. They sounded pretty good together. I don't know if they sweetened that, or if they had other people singing that stuff, or if that was really them. But
I don't
it
know.
sounded good.
Yeah, maybe hired a barbershop quartet or something like
Who
that.
knows?
The B sharps. Yeah. So far, so we're doing all right so far. We're starting to turn this baby around.
Yeah.
Next up, The Parent Trap.
The Parent Trap. This is Jenna Ortega is playing an actress. She's shooting a remake of The Parent Trap.
Yeah, Bone Yang's the director, and
Yeah.
so they're rehearsing lines. But of course, the other actress that Jenna Ortega will be acting with is out sick, so they bring in one of the crew members, Raymond, of course, played by Mr. Fred Armisen.
Fred Armisen coming in as Raymond, the crew guy, and he's reading lines opposite Jenna Ortega, and he improvs a bit. He calls her a bitch.
Yeah, like because he's a crew guy, so he talks like a old school New Yorker, talks like
Yeah.
this, and yeah. So it's just basically a lot of him dropping into his own sensibilities while pretending to be a 11-year-old girl.
Yeah. Uh, this was okay, I guess.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty much all Fred Armisen's sketch. Like he's kind of the one making the whole thing go. So
Yeah, I mean, it didn't send me in a big way, but it was all right.
yeah, so like, I mean, I guess it depends on how much you like Fred Armisen and whatnot. Like,
And or the Parent Trap.
I will admit there was that one part where the two of them were supposed to hold pictures of their parents together,
Yeah,
and
they
then
match up the photo that's been ripped in half,
yeah,
and
and it's like Leslie Mann and then Ed Helms. Oh, this is for streaming. He had that
yeah,
quick little joke.
I like that because I was like, yeah, that's probably who you would cast.
Yeah,
I could see both of them doing it.
yeah, exactly. Like that. I don't think it got a huge laugh, but it was like a quick little joke. Like if you're putting out this on streaming, you'd get Leslie Mann and Ed Helms to be in it.
Right, instead of Dennis Quaid and whoever the other person was.
Absolutely.
And I liked when like the two characters they figure out they're twins. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is like that movie with Lindsay Lohan."
Yeah.
um, I like that sort of breaking the fourth wall type of thing. I've never seen the Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap actually.
I don't think I have either.
I know I've seen the original with Haley Mills. I watched
Oh,
that at summer camp one year.
oh,
Now, I mean,
nice.
this was like before it was remade, of course.
Right, right.
And that one's from like 1965 or something like that.
Something. I don't think I've seen either. Like I don't know. I get the premise. It's like, oh yeah, they look
Yeah,
alike, so you're Prince and the
they're
Pauper.
two identical twins, and like when their parents got divorced, like one of each twin went with one parent, and then they happen to go to the same summer camp, and then they discover that they're twins, and then they start scheming to get their parents back together.
Yeah, yeah. It's a Prince and the Pauper type thing. Or
Sort of, yeah, I guess.
yeah, I get it. I get it.
Um, and I think both of the parents are supposed to, or at least one of the parents is supposed to marry a horrible person.
Yeah, they always are. Like they're always
They
with.
always are. Nobody's ever marrying like a nice person
No, it's usually
because they want you to feel good when they dump that other person ruthlessly at the end.
yeah, it's usually somebody who's wealthy. They're usually blonde, and
Right.
they're usually huge pieces of crap.
Yeah, yeah, and they're like, "I'm gonna send you to boarding school." Blah! Um,
No,
but like, whenever I see that now, I'm just like, "Well, why are they attracted to the asshole?"
because that's what the script calls for, man.
Yeah, it's just like, but the person number one is supposed to be a nice person, so why are they falling in love with the asshole?
I don't. They got problems, man. They got issues.
It's weird. It's weird.
I know.
Um.
It is
Anyway,
weird.
so yeah, this was okay. Nothing to write home about. I thought.
Yeah, same. I thought it was okay. Fred Armisen, like I mean, he's not my favorite SNL cast member. I
No,
can
me
kind of
neither.
take him or leave him, but
Yeah.
I'll admit he did pretty good in the sketch.
I mean, this was in his lane. This is, this is the sort of thing he can do.
Yeah, talking about how he likes Lisa Renna and how he would let her wreck him. Yeah,
Yeah,
things like that.
sure. I mean, that's the things I want to know about Fred Armisen and his characters.
Lisa Renna, Maron.
Who would this guy let wreck him? Um,
Yes, tweet at us, guys. Who would you let wreck you?
no, don't need to know that.
All right, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't. I mean, tweet at us, but not about that, please.
Yes, absolutely.
Um. So next we had MTV Ridiculousness.
Yes. Oh,
That's an actual show on MTV, I believe, right?
yes. And this one we have writing credits for
Okay.
Rosebud Baker, Mikey Day, Streeter Seidel. Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So basically, for those that don't know, it's basically America's Funniest Home Videos, but for like Gen Z.
Right.
It's like they play it a lot on MTV, like almost 8 hours a day or something like that, from
Uh
what I've
huh.
heard. And yeah,
Because God forbid you play like music videos or
yeah. I
something.
mean, what are you gonna music on MTV? No, come on. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
M just stands for mess. No,
Yeah.
and it's just like basically, yeah, they just watch like viral videos of people falling down and be like, "Oh, that's
That's
crazy,
getting their
yo."
head stuck in cups and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, "Yo, that's crazy. That's ridiculous." And uh that goes on for apparently 8 hours a day on MTV.
I guess it's a thing that you can have on
It's a thing that can play in the background while you do your laundry or something else
while you're
worthwhile.
puttering about the apartment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
My attention wandered pretty quickly with this one, honestly.
Uh, I can see
I
that.
mean, the joke was basically like Jenna Ortega's character was kind of like telling stories that were just kind of killing the vibe.
Yeah. So basically, this one has Keenan as a Stilo Brim. It has Chloe as Chanel West Coast, who is an actual person. I remember seeing that somewhere. So I'm assuming Stilo
Okay.
Brim is a real person too. And what Jenna plays Lily Two Times, who's a TikTok star who is just turned 17. And there's this little awkward joke that the host Mikey Day, who plays Rob Drydeck in it.
If you say so.
Yeah.
I didn't write down my character
Are you?
names.
All of these names are just you just don't recognize any of them. They're all just
Here's how far I got on my notes. MTV Ridiculousness. Mikey as host.
okay. All right, I'll take the wheels here.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, I rewatched it. I got it, and I was like, yeah, I was right to have my attention wander when I watched it last night.
Yeah, it's yeah. So basically, the premise is them making jokes about the videos they're watching. Somebody falls off a boat to be like, "Oh snap! She fell off that boat. That crazy." And then
Yeah,
Jenna Ortega's character's like, "Oh yeah, that reminds me of the time my cousin fell off the boat, and she got decapitated by the propeller on that boat. That's
right,
yo,
and
that was
I just okay, whatever.
yeah." And then of course talking about the cat videos they watched, and Jenna Ortega brings up how her cat gave birth to 6 kittens, but like all at once, and they were like fused together in a cat ball, and yo, that was not fire. It's mm, huh. I didn't totally hate it, but yeah, it just didn't.
I didn't
Yeah,
hate it. I was just more indifferent to this than anything.
yeah,
It just didn't do anything for me. It didn't inspire love. It didn't inspire hatred. It was just there. It was
yeah.
just there, taking up airtime.
Yeah, I mean, we get some incredulous Mikey as always, where he's like, "Oh, that's maybe we'll talk up, maybe we could like bring up the energy a little bit, not talk about such downer stuff." Like
Yeah.
him like trying to handle an awkward situation, which is what Mikey does. Um, yeah, like overall, I thought it was okay, but yeah, it didn't really send me.
I think even okay is generous.
Damn! Wow, you are coming in hot today, my friend.
What can I say? The sketch didn't do much for me, man.
All right, all right, all right. But yeah, so
Something I liked more was the next pre-tape that we did that was called Waffle House.
Waffle
Um,
House. Yes. Let's talk about this,
this
baby.
this was Jenna Ortega and Marcelo playing a young couple. They're like about to go off to college and they're breaking up. And it's shot outside a Waffle House, and we see in the background there's like a fight that's breaking out inside the Waffle House.
Yeah. All right. So this one was written by Mikey Day, Streeter Seidel, and Brian Tucker. I think it's like kind of set like one of those like CW teen shows because at first they say, oh, on Varsity.
The conversation was like trite enough to be from a CW show.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, dude, you are just
What? I mean,
you are a sniper today.
the CW's done a lot of crap. Am I wrong?
No, I guess you're right. Okay.
They've done a lot of trite crap.
We're CW is never going to have us on their shows now with this type
Look,
of
I mean, it's fine if you're like a 14-year-old girl, but I'm not. So,
wow, you are not here for the
well,
bullshit
that's what
today.
they were going for. What am I?
I know.
Am I wrong? Am I lying?
You're not. You're not.
Okay.
We're just having fun here, man. We're just having
All
fun.
right.
Uh,
I mean, and it was supposed to be real trite because, of course, you're supposed to be paying attention to the wild shit that's going on in the background.
right. So it's called like Varsity Valley, like very trite teen show that you'd see on like Hallmark or CW. And
Right.
it's like you said, like they're at the Waffle House. It seems like Jenna is breaking up with her boyfriend Zach, played by Marcelo. But yeah, what they're doing is not really like the heft of the sketch. But
Yeah.
you have to look what's happening in the window behind them inside the Waffle House. And of course, as we all know, Waffle Houses are known for being a haven for redneck hijinks and what have you.
Well, from what I understand, this was like partly inspired by this viral video from a couple months ago where there was like a fight breaking out in a Waffle House, and this guy like chucks a chair at this Waffle House employee, and this woman just like deflects it without hardly even moving. She just like deflects it like it's nothing.
Yeah, I think like if you go and look online, you can pretty much find a bevy of just Waffle House fights on
Yeah.
YouTube. Apparently, just Waffle House. I think I've only been to Waffle House maybe once or twice in my life because they're just not a lot of them up here in the Northeast. But
Right.
like I
You see
know,
them near like a lot of highway exits and things like that.
yeah, it's more of like a down south thing. Like
It is. It is. I see more of them when I'm like visiting family down in Georgia.
yeah, but like it's just Waffle House just kind of known for being a place where a lot of fights break out and
Yeah.
a lot of I guess Maury Povich wannabes stars are are there just getting into fisticuffs.
The people who aspire to someday be on Maury Povich.
That's the dream.
Uh, I read that this was like based on a viral video, and I was like, oh, I don't think I've seen this. Okay, well, let me try and find this, and so I can see how close it is. And then like I just typed in Waffle House viral video, and I found that thing with the deflecting chair, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw this when this was a thing like 2 months ago, but I'd already forgotten about it.
Yeah, well,
Because that's basically what you do with viral videos. You watch them, and you're like, hey, that's amusing, and then you forget about them, and you go on with your life.
yeah, quickly disposable content.
So I don't know. At this point, it seems like SNL has done a lot of things based on viral videos.
Yeah, that seems to be the route they're going, and I get it because they want to attract a younger crowd, and of course,
Right.
all the younger crowd is online and they're watching the TikToks and the viral videos. So just
But it's like a lot of times I don't necessarily know the thing they're referencing, so I'm just like, could you maybe just like scroll based on a viral video down at the bottom of the screen so I know to at least look for a thing?
yeah, I guess I try to make it, you know, did they try to write it so that if you don't know the viral video, you can still enjoy the sketch?
I think this works perfectly fine without being familiar with the video.
Yeah,
I don't think they were just like copying a viral video. I thought this was very funny. I think this was one of the funnier things of the night.
yeah, no, I agree. It's almost like that beauty pageant sketch from the Aubrey Plaza episode. Like with something like that, you kind of need to see the video to understand what they're doing. But if
I mean that like kind of worked for me with I mean I still haven't seen the video that was based on but I thought it was so weird it was funny by itself.
right, yeah,
And this was kind of similar in that regard. And I like they had the fight keep escalating. They had like a cop come in. They had somebody steal the cop's gun. Keenan comes out from the bathroom. He's got like a flaming torch.
yeah, the
I
toilet
mean,
paper.
they kept upping the insanity, which I liked.
Yeah, and I also liked how they ended it too, because in the background we
Hmm.
see Mikey Day there, shirtless with cornrows,
Right.
arm in a cast, with like a Abraham Lincoln type of beard,
Pierce nipples.
pierced
Um,
nipples, and he's like he gets tased by the cops. It doesn't phase him.
Yeah,
He,
he gets hurled through a window. He crashes through the window, and just then they've kind of reached the end of their conversation, and Marcelo says to Jenna Ortega, he's like, well, do you want me to drive you home or something? And she's like, oh no, my dad drove me. It's good. And then just then Mikey Day gets hurled through the window, and then he gets up and he's like, hey, you ready to go, baby girl?
That's a good way to end the sketch.
That's a good twist. I like that. That was very funny.
They found a way to end the sketch. They did it.
Mm-hmm. And we got a good definite ending. I mean, that's a rare thing these days.
We did it.
It wasn't just out of nowhere. It was like, yeah, it actually called back to something from the sketch. See, that's how you do it, guys.
It can be done.
Can be done. Yay, way to go.
Yay.
This was fun. This was, like I said, it was one of the highlights of the show for me.
I would say so too. Like, I mean, I like the concept of like the action happening behind what was in
right,
front of
and
us.
It's never noticed, never commented on.
Yeah, never noticed, it's like two separate worlds, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it would have ruined it if they like turned them in like, what's going on? Oh, that's strange.
Is that a dog?
Oh, look at the weird stuff going on. Yeah, that would have killed it, and that would have made it like every other sketch.
Is that a dog on the counter? What's a dog doing on the counter? That shouldn't be a dog on the counter. That's weird. Yeah. I'm glad that they separated those two worlds, because again, it just makes it funnier and escalates it.
Much funnier.
And and the way it escalates, like you said, when the cops come in, the kid takes the cop's gun. I think at one point Heidi gets like drop kicked down to the ground by Molly.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a melee at the Waffle House.
Yeah, there's all sorts of shit going on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But and,
very well shot too, and just very well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Sketch of the night. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, it could be for me too. Yeah, it's either that or Please Don't Destroy.
Okay. All right. I might give it to this, but I see what you're saying.
All right. Well, next we have our musical guest for the week, the 1975.
Yes.
The first number was "I'm in Love with You." Their second number was "Oh Caroline." I liked it. It was good stuff. It was good pop music, man.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. It kind of reminded me maybe like Maroon 5 almost, or something like that.
Oh, I think they're better than Maroon 5.
Ooh, wow.
I don't know. I always found Maroon 5 kind of annoying.
I can see that. They can be a little pretentious.
Or,
just Adam Devine dancing.
Well, I don't like Adam Devine's vocals very much.
I think that's it. Like, I think for most people who say they don't like Maroon 5, they really mean to say, I don't like Adam Devine.
Yeah.
Because,
look, I'm sure he's a lovely person, or maybe he's horrible. I really don't know. I haven't ever watched The Voice, so I don't even know. But I don't like the way he sings. I'll say that.
Yeah, he sounds like a super strong singer.
Yeah.
He's just like,
He's just got that high pitched falsetto thing. It just
Anyway,
I like the 1975 much more.
Yeah, and I like their little the set they had. It made it look like a little living room, complete with coffee table.
Not enough bands are comfortable performing with a coffee table on stage.
Yes,
I'd like to see a little more of that.
I've said this time and time again. Let's get into coffee tables, end tables, all the tables.
We had a little desk to the side with a lamp. It was nice. It was cool.
Somebody's probably doing their homework back there. It was great.
Yeah, it was cool. It was great.
Yeah, guys, make your shows into more of like a study area and perform that way.
Yeah, just performing in somebody's family room from the 1970s.
Exactly. Yeah, just like wood paneling everywhere.
Yeah,
beanbag chair.
I like a nice IKEA vibe.
Yeah, nice
with our musical guest.
Yeah, nice little hi-fi.
And the 1975 brought that.
Yeah, nice little hi-fi set in the corner. Yeah, you're really jamming.
Yeah, but no, this was fun. It was good, catchy pop music. I was like, yeah, okay, I dig this.
Yeah,
this is good. I like this.
I dig those groovy tunes, man.
I dig those groovy tunes.
Yeah, I didn't write too much about it. It's like, all right, this is
that's about all I have to say about them. But yeah, they were good stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing them come back.
All right, okay. So this is their second time. Maybe they'll come back for a third.
This was their second. Who did they perform with before?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was the Larry David episode.
Larry David. Oh, that's going back a ways.
It's going back a ways. But yeah, this is definitely the second time they've been on the show.
All right. Oh, I'll have to check out their earlier appearance because I do not remember that.
I'll look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure it was when Larry David hosted.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
All right.
You don't have to look it up.
Okay.
I can look it up when we're done.
All right.
It's cool. Right. It's cool.
It's cool. I can dig it.
It's all cool, baby.
It's cool, baby. That's your cool voice, just going up an octave, a couple octaves.
Yeah, it's me doing my Conan. Stay cool, my babies. You remember when he would do that?
No, I don't
Okay,
remember that.
he would do that when he would like step out and he'd get like a big applause and he'd be
Oh,
like, "Stay cool, my
stay
babies."
cool, baby. I can dig it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh wow, and I can dig it.
I miss Conan's show. I mean,
Yeah,
I enjoy his podcast and all, but yeah, I miss Conan's show.
we all do. I thought he was supposed to come out with a new show on HBO Max or something.
He was doing. I think he's doing more of those travel show things, but I'm sure those take a while to pull together, especially in the age of COVID and stuff. And so,
all right,
you know,
and yes, I was correct. February 6th, 2016, Larry David with the 1975.
1975,
Mm-hmm.
2016. Okay, yeah, that is going back a ways.
It is.
That's before we did this podcast.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we started in 2018.
Oh wow.
Coming up on 5 years, my friend.
Oh my God.
I know.
5 years
I know,
of this.
right?
Maroon.
Anyway, moving on. Weekend update with Michael Che and Colin Jost.
Che and
Jost.
Jost.
Che.
Hey.
Jost and Che.
Hey.
Che and Jost.
I don't know what we're doing now.
Neither do I, but I'm having fun with it.
Straight up losing my mind. Oh, okay. Jokes. Oscar jokes. Biden.
Oscar jokes. Jokes about current events. Jokes about politics.
Ooh.
Jokes about lieutenant governors liking gay Instagram posts, apparently. Apparently that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, that was a thing that happened. So for those that don't know, the lieutenant governor of Tennessee, Randy McNally, has...
How is that his real name, first of all?
That's what I'm reading here.
Randy McNally. That totally sounds like a sketch comedy character, right?
It does. What's your name? Randy McNally. Yeah, that's it.
That sounds like if I'm trying to come up with a name in 5 minutes and I just say Randy McNally.
Yeah.
Like if your last name is McNally, how do you name your kid any variation of Rand? That is crazy town.
Hey man, it's a crazy world out there, baby.
That is I want to sit down with this guy and have a 15-minute conversation with him about that. not about the gay Instagram stuff and all that. I just want to hear about his name.
Yeah, like, dude, what's up with your name?
Because that is fucking insane.
You gotta change that.
That is, you need more than just the Y to take the sting off of that name.
Yeah, maybe Randolph McNally, go by that.
Maybe I don't. Yeah, still, it's a lot.
Randy by name, Randy by nature.
Yeah, so apparently he liked some gay person's post on Instagram.
Yeah,
and he liked it with like his official account.
Yeah, so basically,
or his account that gave away his name. He didn't have like a burner account or something.
No. So basically, yeah, he's the lieutenant governor that's also been enacting all these policies. Against trans people. It's a tale as old as time.
It's pretty much a given that if anybody has like big anti-gay, anti-trans legislation, they've got that shit going on in their personal life.
Yeah, and he has been,
right?
Yeah, of course. He's been doing that, of course, putting all these horrible policies into play. And of course, he's on Instagram following some, gay 20-year-old model's Instagram account, putting heart emojis and flame emojis and saying things like, you can turn a rainy day into sunshine.
That's almost cute, though.
It is.
That's, as Instagram comments go, that's pretty cute.
That's pretty sweet. I was like, oh.
That's like a very sweet way to respond to a thirst trap.
Oh, it's got a little crush. Oh.
I mean, it's heinous all the other stuff, but that comment itself, by and of itself, it's cute.
I think that's something you'd see in like a grade school kid's Valentine's card or something.
Exactly. That's like something a Sesame Street character would send to another Sesame Street character.
Yeah. It's something, yeah, it's pretty sweet if you think about it. But yeah, so we had our first weekend update segment with Molly Kearney playing Rand McNally. Molly's first solo weekend update segment, finally.
I did not realize that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is weird.
They did a good job.
They did. It is weird because, everybody else that Molly came in with, Longfellow, Walker,
and once again, fake facial hair on Molly.
yes,
Yeah, I mean that is a good way for SNL to go. I think.
that is the way to go. It works.
Yeah, it works. It works for them. Yeah, because Randy McNally, I haven't looked up what the guy actually looks like, but apparently he's got a bit of a Colonel Sanders thing going
Yeah,
on.
it's
So
it's pretty much close to that. It's very Wilford Brimley, bushy mustache,
yeah,
overweight, middle age, white haired
yeah,
guy.
heavy Harlan Sanders
Yes,
vibes going on.
I do declare.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, I mean, I like this. I liked how Molly kept giving coquettish little looks to the camera, almost Farley-esque. I mean, saying,
hmm
"Oh, I've been a bad boy," type of things. And yeah, overall, I thought the segment was pretty good.
fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Fun stuff. I also liked a
Uh,
lot of the weekend update jokes they had.
did you now?
I did.
Did you now?
Did you now, Boyle?
Did you now? Why did you tell me about the weekend update jokes you liked?
Well, Brendan.
Why did you lay those on me, Darren Patterson?
Well, Brendan Gleeson. I like the one joke that Trey told about how uh, Meghan Markle was invited to the coronation of the king, and
Yes.
at a starting salary of $19 an hour, and then
That was cute. That was cute. I liked how he said it must suck to go on TV and pretend to be friends with a psychotic bigot for the good of the show. Anyway, here's Colin.
Yes, exactly. I also like there was that one pretty funny joke. Oh, not pretty funny. It was a very funny joke. Where a man was going to go scuba diving and plans to live underwater for 100 days, and then the punchline is, "I just feel like that record is longer than that," said the people of New Orleans.
Yeah, that was good.
Oof.
That was good. I liked his joke. He was saying like, "Oh, it was International Women's Day on Wednesday." I said was. Let's move on.
See, that joke is because that depends on the fact that women are going to cheer as soon as they hear the first part of it, and
right.
then Che just shuts it down with the second part. So
Yeah,
that's
that was great.
solid joke.
I mean, I love that. Che is great at that sort of stuff and just putting that twist on it and just saying those heinous things and getting away with it because the joke is so funny.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of liked Colin's thing about he was talking about the new carpet color at the Oscars. They've switched from red to champagne. He says, "Well, usually when I switch from red to champagne, it usually turns me into a full-on bitch." And they had a little callback to that later in the
Yes.
update. I thought that was good. Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. And then the weekend update segment ends kind of oddly, where it's just James Austin Johnson comes out and does quick little 1 minute impressions.
Random celebrity impressions. That's yeah. And he does things like he did Adam Driver as his Star Wars character on Girls.
Kylo Ren on Girls.
Kylo Ren. I was blanking on the name. And I don't know. I mean, doing like a 2-second Adam Driver impression. That's kind of hacky, don't you think?
Just might be. Just might be.
I don't know. I mean, he needs to know that I fought for him.
There it is. Oh, well, we're bringing it back, baby.
Couldn't resist. I mean, had to.
Bringing it back, guys. Go back into the archives if you don't understand that long running joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he does Batman reading Where's Waldo. He does Jay-Z.
Where is he?
Yeah, where is he?
Yeah, I like that. That was cute.
Jay-Z.
Somebody on Twitter was saying like, "Oh, I don't think he would. John is going to like that because it wasn't the Kevin Conroy voice." And I was like, "No, that's fine. It was funny.
Yeah,
because it was the Christian Bale. Where is he? No, it's perfectly good gag. You're totally off base, Twitter person who I don't remember anymore.
I think that's one of the people who knows how you are about accuracy when it comes to Batman. So a joke like that.
No, I am picky with my Batman stuff. Yes, absolutely. And in the Christian Bale movies itself, yes, I hate the Cookie Monster with throat cancer voice that he chose to do. That is incomprehensible half the time. But making fun of the throat cancer Cookie Monster voice, I love.
Now you're talking.
That is my sweet spot.
Yeah, I just watched the Dark Knight like earlier today. It still holds up.
Did you earlier today?
Earlier today. Well, wow. I caught the tail end, but still.
Oh, okay. It was on like TV or something.
Yeah.
TBS was running it.
Yeah. Still a banger. Still bangs.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
And then James Austin Johnson did Jay-Z downstairs, which I didn't quite get. And
see, I didn't get it, but I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not supposed to get it. Darren will get
no,
this.
I don't get it. I think
Was it a callback to something in one of his songs?
I don't know. I think he's just saying, "Babe." Like, I think it's.
He's like calling for Beyonce?
Yeah, but I was like, I guess I didn't.
Okay, well, whatever.
And then,
but I did like how he said that, hey, I've got all these useless 2-second impressions that I have stockpiled, and I've got to do them somewhere.
yeah,
And he's saying like the bartenders at the after parties don't even pay attention to me unless I do my Trump.
yeah,
And then he was like, "We've been waiting forever for that Negroni."
yeah.
Negroni's just a funny word.
Very
I've
funny.
never had a Negroni. I kind of want to try one just because I like the name so much.
I'm not even sure what it is, but like,
I don't even know what it is either. But I'm someday at a bar, I'm just going to order a Negroni randomly.
Sounds classy. One day, man.
Yeah.
One day. I also liked how James Austin Johnson was like, "Yeah, I have all these impressions, so I'll just do them on Weekend Update where it doesn't matter."
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, and then he ended it with.
I wouldn't mind seeing him come back with more of this because
Yeah.
apparently he's got a lot of those in the stand-up act.
Yeah. I think it's pretty. James Austin Johnson. He's here to stay. I think.
I'm like always happy to see James Austin Johnson pop up on the show in pretty much whatever context.
Absolutely. Here.
Yeah.
Okay. And Weekend Update overall, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, not too bad.
It was all right.
It was all right.
A little bit of the all right.
It was good. A little bit of the How's Your Father, eh?
A little bit of the How's Your Father.
Little the Looky Lou.
Down. Next we have Exorcism, which is an Exorcist parody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the end of The Exorcist. They're performing an exorcism.
Yes.
And then Ego comes in as the upstairs neighbor complaining about the noise.
Yes.
And she decides to take it over.
Yeah, so basically this one has James Austin Johnson as the priest, Mukes and Chloe as the parents.
You do not lie.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega as the possessed daughter, the possessed person, and and of course,
who's like, your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Exactly.
But I can't say that because we're on network TV.
Exactly. So. And and then they hear a knock at the door, and it's Mrs. Shaw from upstairs, played by Ego. Yeah. And it's like, "Oh, Mrs. Shaw, is that you?" It's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Shouldn't I be asleep?" But I should be asleep by now.
Yeah, which is like, she's supposed to be asleep like 45. I like that this just got to it quickly.
Yeah.
I like that we didn't, we had the bare minimum just to establish, okay, we're doing the exorcism, we're doing the end of The Exorcist, and then Ego was on in like the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, we got in there. This sketch kind of feels very old school. It feels like something that they would have done in the 70s or 80s or something like that.
Kind of, because it looked kind of cheap.
That too, but it also was. It did. Wow. Yeah, I guess you're right. But it was kind of like the premise of the sketch is black woman coming in, but like I ain't got time for this mess, and she just performed the exorcism and gets
so you're saying the sassy black woman thing is really hack?
Maybe.
I'm trying to get you to go on a rant here, Darren.
No, I will not go into a rant, but like at the same time a little. Yeah, okay. You're kind of right.
Go into a raw.
Sassy black, ain't got time for this nonsense. It's a little like, what kind of...
A little played out?
It's kind of...
A little racist? Do you think they're racist, Darren?
Not but it's kind of like stuff we've seen before. Like, I've seen Ellen Cleghorn do this. I've seen Denitra Vance do this. Like, I've seen her in Living Color. It's like, it's kind of something like I've seen 100 times before. Where it's like, oh hell no, I'm getting this ghost out of here today. Like that, it's the head wagging. It's like, can we move past?
So it's sort of like white people do Exorcist parodies like this.
Yeah.
Black people do Exorcist parodies like that.
Like, y'all know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. This guy definitely knows what I'm talking about.
He gets it all. You know what it is when the ghosts be all up in your house and you're like, get out of here, ghost. You crazy.
It's a nice place, isn't it? Get out. Shame, we gotta leave.
Yeah, it really kind of felt like that. It's like, I thought we kind of moved past this, didn't we? But like
we as a nation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe by we.
I think the answer is a resounding no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just
we have not.
But yeah, I thought it was okay. Like, I think at one point, Jenna, as the possessed girl, tells Ego to suck her butt. And she's like, "Oh, I ain't into that. Like, I taught salad once. That was not for me." Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. And she's able to exorcise the ghost out of the girl's body just through pure black sassiness. I think at one point,
Yeah, I mean, as you do.
yeah, I think I did notice this one cool part where they needed another host for the ghost to enter. They need another body, so she
Yeah.
opens the window and calls up to her husband upstairs, and the camera switches to the outside window shot. I thought, oh, that's kind of different and cool. And yeah, so then Keenan comes down, and he's the body that the ghost goes into, and that's kind of it. And that's kind of abruptly.
Yeah, it just kind of petered out.
Yeah, and and then I think I also noticed the part where Jenna, like once she's herself, she's like, "Oh, Mrs. Shaw, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be asleep by now?" They repeat that shouldn't she be asleep by now joke.
Well, I mean, hey, when you got gold like that,
Showden, get it? Because the last name
you got to go back to that well a few times.
Because the last name Shaw, and it's
Yeah.
Shaw almost sounds like should. So
Yeah.
Showden,
Show enough.
Do you get it? You get it. But do you get it? Yeah, and then it ends with Keenan's head spinning around, or like a doll of Keenan's head spinning around and around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like Ego, but I feel like she's like above this a little bit, you know. But then again,
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. No, I mean, it was her biggest thing in the show, though. So it's nice to see her.
Yeah, I mean, no. Also, she looking at the writing credits, she had a hand in writing this. So this one was written by.
I figured. Yeah, I mean, if it showcases one cast member in a big way, yeah, I think it's safe to assume the cast member probably had a hand in writing it.
This one was written by her and the PDD boys.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but like overall, this was okay. But
I wouldn't have guessed it was the Please Don't Destroy boys, but
yeah, no, these are PDD boys. It's on them. This is their fault. But yeah.
All right.
And we close it out 10-1. Jingle pitch.
Jingle pitch. It's 10-1. It's time for some Andrew Dismukes weirdness.
Yeah. This one was written by
I mean, that's what you want at 10-1, man.
This one was written by Dismukes and J.A.J. James Russell Johnson.
Yeah, of course it was.
Of course.
You know, what was I just saying? When a sketch showcases a cast member in a big way, in all likelihood, those cast members had a hand in writing this.
I will admit.
Case in point.
I will admit, I do like the two of them together. Like, I think.
I do too. I think they have a really fun chemistry together.
Yeah, like they might be the new, I don't know, Kyle Mooney, Kyle and Beck, or whoever else you could think of. Like, but
Kate and 80.
Maybe, yeah. Like, I don't know. This sketch gave me a lot of Will Forte vibes. I will admit, though.
I can see that. Yeah, some Will Forte weirdness. Yeah.
Right. So, so the premise of the sketch is it takes place at a law firm, and they changed the name of their law firm, so they need a new catchy jingle. They don't go by.
No, like this other law firm that they broke away from is more successful than them because they have their phone number in a catchy jingle, like 800-588. I don't have to do the rest of it. You're like you people in the New York area, you know what I'm doing.
Empire.
Right. I'm not going to give out the full number because I don't want to give them a free plug.
That's right.
But you know.
Yeah, Empire. Empire. If you want to see some coin from that, you gotta pay to play.
You gotta pay up, son.
Right.
I am rubbing my thumb and my forefingers together.
Yeah, that's right.
Right now, you gotta show us the money.
SNL nerds don't come cheap, hombre.
Well, we do.
We do.
I mean, let's face it.
Yes. $40.
But you gotta pay us something, is what we're saying.
$40 each.
I will take it.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go grocery shopping. Yeah. I mean, those $40 it won't go real long, but
it's good money, man.
Anyway, yeah. So the joke is, they come in as this musical duo, Soul Booth. I'm sorry, that was a that's on me and my autocorrect. Soul Booth. My Soul Booth was like, no, he didn't mean this word. He means another word. Okay, what the hell is that? Spell check, really? Soul is a word. Why are you correcting soul? Why are you thinking I mean self? I typed that L. I know I typed that L.
I know.
But you just changed to self without even telling me. That shit ain't right.
That shit ain't right at all, baby.
That shit is not right. Anyway, so they come in to do a phone number jingle, and they're just doing all sorts of overly complicated songs that where the number doesn't stick in your head.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this one is kind of hard to describe because it really does.
You really should just watch it.
You
Yeah,
need to see the performance and see
yeah,
what this Mukes goes into.
yeah, and you need to hear the songs and
Yeah.
yeah, all that good stuff.
And yeah, it's I don't know how would you describe. I don't even know how to describe this sketch.
I am at a loss of how to describe. I mean, just watch this. It's called Jingle Pitch. It's quick. It's funny. It's fun. They just really throw themselves into the performance, and they're having a lot of obviously fun time.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It was kind of infectious in that way. I
Yeah.
thought.
Exactly. Like it's like basically like James Austin Johnson and just Mukes like really getting into the funky groove of these two guys trying to come up with a pitch, jingle, and there's also a lot from Bowen because like apparently they
Yeah,
found out about this group
and Bowen's been kind of like this show.
a
So
little bit, yeah.
yeah,
So because they found out about this group when they were drunk at Luciano's, and they keep repeating that like I was drunk on daiquiris, I was dacked down at the back of Luch, and that's what I want to hear. And like he really like hammers that home
right,
that he was dacked down in the back
right,
of Luch. They
right.
wanted to Luch it up, so they keep repeating that.
Right.
And hmm, I hmm, I mean,
Sounds like you were so on this.
yeah, I
You're at a
I
loss.
was kind of so on it. Like I kind of see what they were going for, but again, I don't think they went far enough or as far as they needed to go in order for it to really hit home for me.
Oh, damn.
I said it.
Ms. Mukes
You
Johnson. Darren's calling you out, son.
calling you out, Mukes. You know where to find me. You got a problem, holla.
I want to see the showdown. I'm not going
Let's
to
do it. Oh my god, forget it. Forget about it. You don't want this. You don't want none of this.
lie.
You ain't ready for this jelly. Wait, that might mean something else. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't sound intimidating.
It sounds. Yeah.
That sounds like you either have a weight problem or you're coming onto him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which.
Yeah. all right. All right. So yeah, overall, the sketch is. I thought it was okay, but I didn't. Yeah. Again, it didn't really wow me.
Okay. All right. I enjoyed it just because it's a nice sort of weird thing you want to end out the night.
Yeah, that's true. I will admit I did like their first performance where he was just really getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Going it's like 1, 6, 7, 2, and just like doing like a little
Yeah.
shimmy dance.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah. I got a kick out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that's that sketch. And then at the very end, we they put up a title card about the passing of Erin Maroney Fraser.
Yeah. I hadn't heard about this story, so I was kind of surprised when this popped up during the show.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Erin Maroney Fraser passed away March 3rd of this year. She was a senior assistant to Saturday Night Live's Lorne Michaels. She helped with the development and launch of Conan O'Brien's late night show, worked on Wayne's World 2, Tommy Boy, and Black Sheep, and was also a SNL staff writer, and also worked at Broadway Video.
Wow, so she was all over.
Yeah. She wore a lot of hats. Was working.
If she was a Lorne assistant, I guess she was one of the Lornettes.
Yes, I guess so.
Getting popcorn and stuff.
Yes. Wait, is that a thing?
That's what's
Is
that?
that a thing?
Apparently, Lorne really likes popcorn, and so he always has like popcorn at the ready.
Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's like his favorite snack.
I did not know that.
Uh huh.
Wow, that's pretty. All right. Well.
Yeah. So like he goes through a lot of popcorn. They've got like a popcorn maker there.
Okay. Well, and that's one to grow on.
Da, 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 da.
All right, but yeah. So she unfortunately passed away very suddenly at the age of 53. I believe it was a
That's tough.
yeah. I believe it was a brain hemorrhage. If I'm from when I'm
That's
reading this
awful.
correct. There's a GoFundMe up, and yeah, it's just a real shame. Really. unfortunate to read about that. And yeah, and then that's pretty much
Sorry to hear that.
yeah. So
That's all.
R.I.P. Erin Maroney Fraser.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's pretty much the episode, guys.
Pretty much the episode. They also announced who they have scheduled for the next show, which is scheduled for April 1st. They're going to have Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary and
Yes,
musical guest Lil Yachty.
yes. Quinta Brunson, somebody who's having a banner year this year. Her show, Abbott Elementary came out about a year ago, I'd say, and just became this huge, like, international sensational hit. It just like really took off. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's in its second season now. Already got renewed for a third. I'm positive this show is going to be in syndication like fairly soon. Like it's like one of those shows that everybody loves. I remember listening to interviews with Quinta saying, "Yeah, I wanted to make a show that like everybody can enjoy, like Middle America, people on the East Coast and West Coast. I just want to make like one of those type of sitcom that like the whole family can enjoy." And I think she really did it. Like I see,
Mm-hmm.
and like the fact that it's on ABC is a great thing. It's a channel that pretty much everybody has, and like this show really like took off, and she's winning like tons of awards, tons of accolades. She's somebody that has a comedy background. She's in the new History of the World part two that's on
Mm-hmm.
Hulu right now. She's written for for comedy shows. She wrote for Black Lady sketch comedy show on HBO Max. So she's in the new season of Party Down that just dropped, and so she has comedy background. She has acting chops. She did stand up for a while, so I think she's going to be really good on this episode of April 1st. So I'm looking forward to it. She's somebody that'll.
If
What?
the April 1st episode ends up happening.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Because we have a possible strike,
We
and
do.
it might disrupt the show. I mean, SNL could just if they go on strike. Like who is it that's going on strike again? What is the exact organization?
I believe it is the post production editors.
There you go. Okay,
Uh,
so
yeah,
they might be going on strike, and SNL they do a fair amount of pre tapes these days.
yeah,
So
yeah. So yeah, people have been saying that. So basically, the post production editors have announced that if a deal isn't met, if SNL, not SNL, NBC hasn't come through with an offer, they are and will be ready to strike on April 1st,
mhm.
which is oh boy, yeah,
It's the day of the show, y'all.
it's the day of the
Um,
show, and yes, like you said,
and like I said, Chloe Feynman, I saw that she posted on Instagram in solidarity with them, which I think that was great of her to do. I mean, I of course am siding with the editors. I will always side with workers over management.
yeah.
So they say they're underpaid. I believe them, and I hope they get paid what they deserve.
Same thing. Like we're here at the SNL Nerds, we're always on the side of the working man. Just pay them what
We
they're
are
worth.
pro union.
Yes, pay them what they're worth. Give them money if you got the money, and just stop all these games. And
Yeah.
hopefully this can be resolved again. Like yeah, if they don't get resolved by April 1st, I don't know what's going to happen. Will the show get canceled? Are we going to get a show with absolutely no pre tapes and all live skits? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean the
I don't
I
know.
mean the PDD boys got to be shaking in their boots because they're all pre-tapes. Like,
Yeah, I mean, of course, they write sketches for the live show as well.
yeah, but I mean, like as far as them getting to perform and getting in front of eyes, like it's.
Yeah, true,
I
true,
mean,
true.
Martin was in like one sketch during the Zoe Kravitz episode. But that was about it. So
Oh, okay.
we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll keep you updated here on SNL Nerds News.
Do, 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 do. Yeah, well, we hope it works out, and I hope that. Yeah.
Right. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, Little Yachty, I know a little bit about him. I know he's like kind of like a mumblecore rapper, but like he
Okay.
came out with this album recently that is kind of a departure from that, and a lot of people are saying it. Like a lot of people um who I really take their thoughts to heart, are saying the album is really good. Like I think Questlove said, "Oh no, this is actually a really good creative album." He's like really branching out. So I was like, "Oh, do I have to listen to this now?" Because all these people whose opinion I take in a high regard are saying it's good. So like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This new album he has is getting good reviews. So we'll see. We'll see what we have coming up with Mr. Little Yachty, if the April 1st episode does indeed happen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Overall, this episode I thought was okay. You know,
it was okay. Didn't really rise much above okay for me.
yeah.
Yeah, sketch of the night. Yeah, I'd give it to either Please Don't Destroy or that other thing I liked. What was the other thing?
Waffle House.
Waffle House. The Waffle House. That was the other thing I liked.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. I was quizzing you to see if you were paying attention.
Did I win?
You did.
Yay!
You did. You did not win anything tangible.
Oh.
But you won my well wishes.
Yay!
And because I was not wishing you well before.
Oh.
I was wishing you bad things.
Yeah. Wait, no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But you liked the Waffle House, right?
Waffle House
that was your sketch of the night, right?
Yes, Waffle House was solid. Sketch of the night.
Yay! I listened to you. Yay!
Yes, a sketch with a proper ending.
Hey, that's always nice to see.
We finally got there.
Yeah, we finally got there. It only took about half a season.
Mm-hmm. So that's our thoughts on the episode. And hey, let's go to Twitter. Let's see what the people.
Let's go to Twitter. Let's see what you thought.
That's right.
on the Twitter sphere. Let's see. Okay, we got Camille Pretz, who says, I LOL'd so much in this episode, especially during James Austin Johnson's 2-second impressions. Molly's Randy Johnson bit was adorable. I think she means the Randy McNally.
Yes.
Bit. They nailed the ridiculousness personalities, especially the crazy laugh of Chanel. Okay, I'll take your word for that. Pre-tapes were great, though predictably disturbing. Jenna's outfits were fire.
Flames.
She was a little fire emoji thing there. And she has some continued thoughts. Andrew Dismuke's sunglasses in the last sketch had to be a nod to Andy Samberg and Timberlake.
I could see that.
Oh, okay, like a Dick in the Box.
Yeah,
thing?
like the little round 90s sunglasses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had those back in the day. Loved the X-Men school quiz team. I personally did not like that at all. While the 1975's music isn't my thing, they performed well, and their basis is easy on the eye. Oh, yeah. I think we've made a love connection.
Ow!
Sarah and Devin's outfits during Good Night were fire.
Flame emojis.
I can't say I really particularly remember their outfits during Good Nights, but okay.
Okay. Our good friend Manette Maradi, friend of the podcast, says, it says a lot about the quality of an episode where even the one sketch I wasn't too crazy about, ridiculousness, was still serviceable and had stuff to like. Jenna's penchant for dark/weird things helped inspire the writers to write weird sketches that don't default to sexual stuff.
Ooh, okay. Doesn't like it when it gets too sexual.
Right. Why do you got to go so dirty with the potty humor?
Yeah.
Got to go to this.
All right. Let's see. Our friend Mikey with 2 E's over in jolly old England says,
Oi!
Hey guys, do I have anything positive to say about this show? And then he uses a GIF from when Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon did the Bee Gees on Talking It Up. And it's just whichever Gib Timberlake played going, no, I don't.
I believe that's Maurice, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll say Maurice. Yeah. Mikey continues, I mean, it's always nice to see Fred, and I guess Weekend Update was okay, but apart from that, I'm struggling to find anything in this episode that was memorable. Actually, Waffle House wasn't bad, but very simple. It's okay, though. We don't all like the same things, and that's the beauty of SNL.
Ooh.
Look at Mikey finding a positive spin, even though he didn't like this episode too much.
It's beautiful, man.
That's beautiful. That's touching.
Yeah. All right. Jacob at Jake362 says, enjoyable episodes, some forgettable sketches, but excellent performances from the cast. PDD and Waffle House were great. Waffle even had an ending that worked. That right?
See, this is what we're saying. Yes.
Needed more JAJ stand up, and even though the writing was a bit sloppy, the jingle sketch had me wanting more JAJ and Andrew team ups.
Agreed.
Also, great episode for Molly, bring back Jenna anytime, but leave the 1975 behind. Ooh,
Ooh, wow.
90, divisive.
I think I'd rather see the 1975 come back than Jenna. I thought Jenna was fine. She didn't do anything as a host that really blew me away though.
Yeah, I
So
think she was okay, but then again, she's still like super young. So I mean, I'm not.
she's young. She's still like developing as a performer. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So like, but I see she can do it, but like I would say like maybe in a few more years she like will be able to really knock it out the
Yeah.
park.
Let's see. My old college roommate Scott Hume says the Please Don't Destroy road trip was my favorite of the night. X-Men was a fun concept. John, who was the mutant that wasn't Rogue or Professor X? Nobody. This is what I'm saying. It was just some person with a big overdeveloped arm. It was more like a Rick and Morty character than an X-Men. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh,
It and that was part of the oddity for me because like half the sketch I'm like, why aren't you just doing the X-Men?
yeah, they just get like if they need somebody like muscle bound to break the thing, they could choose like Beast or something like that.
I mean, I guess Beast and Colossus are tough to do on a TV budget.
I guess.
Hell, they're tough to do on a movie budget. But
I will admit though, it was impressive. If you looked at the that prosthetic huge arm that Molly had, like the fingers
yeah.
were moving. So like,
Oh, really?
yeah. So I was wondering, oh, those her fingers?
So I guess it was sort of like a glove that they put on.
I think so. Yeah, I
So,
was wondering, is that her arm moving, or is that like a remote controlled fingers that are moving, or what? But like, either way,
it had to be their real fingers.
yeah, I will admit that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Nick's door.
Next
At Nick's
door,
door. Was last night's show backwards? It seemed to get better as the show went along. It started pretty weak, and I didn't get a laugh until midway through the PDD road trip. Then it seemed to take a step up with each following sketch. I see what you're saying there. Mm,
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't know.
I 100% agree with that, but hey, that's what makes horse races.
Yeah. What does that mean? What? I think I've ever heard that phrase before.
It means we don't agree. It's a phrase. Look it up.
All right. We just disagree.
Okay, let's see. Which ones have we not
okay,
read yet?
Who else?
Boardman Gets Paid says, hello from the waiting room of Donalds and Dominguez. I love this episode. The energy was great. Turns out old black woman can literally fix anything. That was a very accurate depiction of a Waffle House. Love you guys. Aw. And of course, if you didn't like the episode, I hated it. That's okay, Boardman. You can have your own opinions. We don't mind that. You disagreeing with us doesn't make you wrong. I mean, it probably makes you wrong, but it doesn't necessarily make you wrong.
All right. So, also we got a tweet from Bill Brasky, Big Bad Bill Brasky. He says the highlights were the PDD short and the Waffle House short. Most of the live sketches were very underwhelming. With way too much Mikey Day, his writing was all over both the X-Men and Ridiculousness sketches. Even the 10-1 suffered from too much cutting away to Bowen. And he continues saying, cutting away to Bowen reacting when the focus should have been on Dismukes and JAJ. Ego tried her best in the exorcism sketch, but overall a lack of inspiration on the writing end this week.
And Craig replies to Bill Brasky, says, hopefully nothing happens to prevent more tape sketches for the next episode. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully a strike doesn't have to happen, but if it does happen, I hope that the editors get everything they want.
Absolutely. We're just hoping for the best for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, a lot of response this week. That's great to see.
So. We love it. Thank you so much for responding. And that's our episode, guys. Keep on responding. Keep telling your friends and your family about this little podcast. Rate, review, and subscribe. Why don't
retweet us? Retweet us. That really helps.
Retweet us, for the love of Pete. We're giving you all this beautiful, beautiful content here.
Yeah.
And that's the episode, guys. Thanks again for listening. As always, you can always follow us on Twitter at SNL Nerds Show.
Yes, you can. That is true.
Yeah, you could donate to our Patreon at Non-Productive.com. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Darren Credible. That's DARIN, Credible.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Trumbull Comic. That's TRUMBULL, and then the word comic.
Okay. And so next week, SNL is off for the next few weeks, and hopefully we'll be back by April 1st.
Wait, why wouldn't we be back? What the hell?
No, I mean, the show will be back, hopefully.
April 1st. Okay. I was like, I thought you were saying the podcast was coming back. I was panicking.
Yeah. John, this is how I'm telling you that the podcast is over.
What the hell, man? I mean, on one hand, it's nice to have my Sundays free, but...
But so usually, it's mid-March, which is my birthday month. So usually around this time, we pick a movie, John and I, around our birthdays that we'd want to talk about. But a few days ago, I was like, you know what? I wonder.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else instead.
Yeah, it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
Yeah.
So I wondered to myself, if an episode of SNL has ever aired on my birthday.
Now, see, this is the thing that I don't have. My birthday falls in the summer. It's August 1st. So, unless I have a rerun, no, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but for me, I did a little research, found out this happened 5 times in the history of SNL that's aired on my birthday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're great.
You're great.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do an episode that happened on my 20th birthday. That's right. We're talking about the March 15th, 1997 episode of SNL hosted by Sting and musical guest Veruca Salt.
Ooh, from Willy Wonka.
Yeah. It's a band, not a person.
Oh, it's a band. Well, I'm looking forward to that slightly less then.
Yeah, so 1997 era SNL. That's like when Mark McKinney was still there, Ferrell, Catan, Molly Shannon, Anna Gosthire. This should be Tim Meadows was still around. Colin Quinn still was hopping there around there.
Was he doing the update at this time?
I don't believe so. I did a little peek ahead of time. The weekend update is Norm. But,
okay, all right.
Yeah. So this will be interesting. I think this will be a fun little trip in the Wayback Machine.
So we're gonna check this out, and then we're gonna go through it. We're gonna talk about what we think of this episode, a retro episode. We haven't done this too much. We've done, let's see, we did the retro episode when Chadwick Boseman hosted after he passed away. Right. For our 100th episode, we went back to the very first episode of SNL, and we watched that. Have we done it besides that?
Betty White episode?
Betty White episode, yes. We did some of the holiday episodes early on. We did like the Thanksgiving and all that, so we watched some of the retro sketch. But it's kind of fun to go back and revisit the show as it was.
Yeah. So join us next week. We're going to go back in time to the late 90s, where a young Darren Patterson just turned the big 2-0.
Ooh. I would have been, let's see, this was 97, so I would have been 24.
Ooh, all right. Just a young John Trumbull just tearing up the town.
Young John Trumbull, full head of hair. Getting ready to graduate the Kubert School.
Yeah, kicking ass and taking
my
names.
oyster.
Yes, kicking ass and taking names.
Not so much yet, but working towards the kicking ass and taking
Working towards kicking ass and taking names.
Buying a notepad
to take
write down those names correctly.
Yes, proper spelling.
Proper spelling is important, you guys.
That's right. Grammar matters.
Grammar matters. Hashtag grammar matters.
It's actually all grammar matters.
All grammar matters.
So tune in next week. We'll talk about that episode on the illustrious SNL nerds.
Yeah, that's what we'll be doing. So, please come join us. Check us out then. But until then, nerds out.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer, Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit Non-Productive.com.